Hi, welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are on top of a mountain. We're in the mountains, as you can see behind us. We're definitely in the mountains. We're actually on top of a mountain. We're on a place called Bald Mountain, hence the view, hence why we chose it. So we're up here and we're in a big open area at the moment. Let me just show you back here. See, it's kind of all open. There's the truck. And yeah, because of that, it makes it really easy for Starlink. It makes it really easy to have nice views. And we can't wait. We're going to be up here for a couple of days, just enjoying it, taking it in. Off-grid.
Nobody around.
Everything. So, yeah, we're loving it.
So I want to tell you how it was getting up here. It was so rough and rocky. There were times that we were like at a 10% incline, but we went through this huge puddle and the whole truck went on it. Like, I don't know what degree it was, but the water went all the way up to here. It splashed on the hood, on the window, and I had just put my window up a little bit. And yeah, it was like so crazy. Just out of nowhere, I just was like, we were like, boom! It was so unexpected. And then I was real quiet, and then we finally got out of it, and Josh was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. Like, it was so shocking, like, because it just looked like it was going to be that deep, and his side was fine, but it's just like, this is why we showed you on the last video, he always checks to make sure, but this time we didn't. But yeah, we're covered in mud. So once we got here, we went completely straight, like 3%. So we initially were the opposite direction. We've been on and off these rocks probably 8, 9, 10 times, on, off, trying to get flat. And then Josh finally had to turn the truck around. So at least our head of the bed will be up. But yeah, this was another little thing is back forth. I'm like this. And you go under, over. And then at one time the rocks all slid out from underneath of him. So we like the last 15 minutes back and forth. But finally we got it pretty straight. So, I told you about that little tipping over. Let me take the camera. Look, I have already pulled a few things up. Even like the cushions fell over. Literally, everything that is up here is down here. Look, my monitors, my keyboard, all the pieces of wood that sit there all day, they have never ever fallen. So literally, like, everything is on the floor. Oh my goodness. At least looks like the monitors fell on the seat a little bit. So,
So Sophie and I just went for a walk. You can see her there running down the hill. She's all energy. She hasn't had too many walks today. It was raining most of the morning. So she's been a little bit energetic since we've stopped here. But you can see the truck there. And this is a pretty spectacular view. You're on this ridge. So the summit is just up there as we walk to. The summit's just up there. It's like 100 yards up the road. It's not very far. But we are literally on the ridge here. It's a very narrow ridge. And we're on it. So you can see the view out that way. And through here, through the trees, it just drops off that side too. So it's not very wide. And we're up here on it. But this is spectacular. I mean, we've camped, you know, right on the edge of things before. I mean, we were like this at the Grand Canyon. I mean, this is not exactly the Grand Canyon in terms of the view, but this is pretty spectacular all the same. It's a very, very nice view. And we have it completely to ourselves and uninterrupted. We've got lots of open green space around us. It's going to be very great connection tomorrow for Kelly as she's working. We don't have anything obstructing the Starlink. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I mean, this is the truck. This is the view. It's pretty incredible, and we are enjoying it. Well, good morning. Here we are. It's a lovely morning. It's a nice sunrise. It was a cold one last night. There's frost all over the truck, which was slightly unexpected. Here's Kelly. She's cold. But look at that view.
It's so pretty.
Look at that view. This is why we got the truck, is to be able to come to places like this, and it is worth it. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. But it is cold, so we're going to get ourselves moving and get the heat going for Kelly. I got to set her up for work. So, But yeah, beautiful morning.
Good morning.
So Soph and I are walking this morning, and this road that we camped off of, we're like 100 meters from the summit. It's called Bald Mountain. It's amazing because it's a very narrow sort of ridge that we're on, and it allows us to have kind of views on both sides. And I've just come down, we're walking a little bit down the road, we come down to another clearing. Let me show you what I mean. So over here on this side, so it's another kind of clearing here. You see Soph, she's up there on the road. She stops and keeps looking back. But you've got a nice clearing, beautiful view here. Again, the sun's just come up a little while ago, but it's an amazing view. But we're here, and then right here on this side, you can see the ridge. Another little camp spot here. It just drops off. So it's a very narrow ridge. It just drops off on that side too. See through there at the distance. And then this side drops off as well. There's Soph coming to investigate. So it's a very narrow ridge, and it allows for amazing views. Not only once you're here, but even just driving up, you get to see off both sides, especially this time of year when there's no leaves on the trees. It's been nice. It's been very nice. Rained yesterday, so it's a little bit muddy on the way up. As Kelly told you about yesterday, that big puddle we were going through, and it had a huge hole in it that we just kind of dropped into, which I think startled her, to say the least. But yeah, it's good fun though. And we're going to continue this walk and go back, and then I'm going to get some breakfast. And then I have a video I have to edit for you guys, so I have to get onto that this morning. And then probably take Soph for another walk at lunch with Kelly. There's another good viewpoint up there I want to show you. So here we are, just shy of the summit of this mountain, which is called Bald Mountain.
Called what?
Bald Mountain. And this isn't why, because the summit is actually not supposed to be bald, but they have these rock outcrops, which is fantastic because it gives us an amazing view. Look at Miss Kelly getting all adventurous here. Look how close she is to the edge and looking over.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a cool breeze, but nice view. Nice view. So here is the summit. As you can see, it's not bald, but this was where they used to have an old tower or something here, probably a communications tower. They have done a prescribed burn in this area recently, as you can see from all the burnt out stuff, including this barrier here that they had set up, I think, to stop erosion or something. But
This plastic thing.
this plastic one, which you can see has burnt completely, even on the stakes here, but it's burnt completely off. Why it was really up here, I don't know. It's not really going to have much erosion in this area, but anyway, that's what they did. There was a tower. You can see the 4 posts for the tower here. One, there's another one, another post. You can hardly see it's behind this tree, and then one here and another one there. But there's foundations over here for something else that I don't know if there was a second tower or if this was a communication, and that one was a like a fire tower or something. Hard to know, but this is the summit, and it's, you know, it's not bald any longer. It maybe was at one point, which is how the mountain got its name, but it's definitely not that way now. And Kelly's mounting the stairs there to go up to
I'm officially on the tallest part of the summit.
whatever structure was there. She's mounting the stairs to it, and yeah, doing her thing. But yeah, this was, I'm sure, a very nice view when it was bald, but right now it's kind of, you know, trees are blocking it. So where we're camping, which is literally just down over the hill there, has got a much, much better view. Well, we have done a workout and had our showers. A little breezy up here, but it was nice. And Soph and I are just out for a little bit of a stroll. A pre-dinner stroll. Post-dinner for her. She's had her dinner. So I'm just taking her out for a little jaunt in case she wants to, you know, do her thing before we're in for the night. And I thought we'd come up here to this viewpoint behind me again. It's a nice spot. And just to have a last look out for the day. And sun's still up in the sky, but Kelly's had a long day of work and we just had a hard workout. We're going to get something to eat and then we're going to probably just curl up and watch a movie or something, you know, just to relax a little bit. So even though the sun's not going down just yet, we're going to probably ensconce ourselves in a nice comfy bed and watch a movie. And yeah, see how we go with it all. But it never hurts to come out to a nice vantage point like this and have one last little view and look around, because we have a view from the truck, but it's going the other direction. It's kind of pointing east, and this is obviously west. So let's have one last look and see what we can see. So this is the view. I know it's hard. You guys I'm trying to shield the camera so you can see a bit better, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice view, and I think it's slightly less windy at the moment than it was earlier, but still a bit of a breeze today. But yeah, you don't really get tired of these views though. They're so nice. So here we are. Soph and I just come back from a little jaunt. We didn't go very far, but just coming back to the truck now and looking at this view again. I mean, I don't get tired of views out to the west, nor these ones out to the east. I mean, they're just amazing. It's hard to believe that, you know, we're here with this view for as long as we want. But you know, because if this was a block being sold for somebody to build a house, you know, someone would be charging $1 million for this view. But yet, it's our backyard. Has been all day today. Will be again tomorrow. But it's our backyard for free. I mean, look at that view. To see for miles and miles and miles. There's some really high mountains out there. And if you pan over here to the right, there's some really high mountains. They're really hard to see. They're way out there in the distance as well. So, and somewhere out there in that direction is Mount Rogers, which is the highest mountain which we climbed. But it's somewhere out there as well. But yeah, love the view. So Soph and I are out for a walk, and it was a beautiful sunrise, as you saw. You can see her; she's up here on the trail. But we're at another clearing here on the mountain, and it's giving us a good view down here of these farms. You can see some of these farms and things that are down here. And yeah, they're all throughout this valley. But you know, up here, it's nothing. No one. We saw some yesterday. We had a group of trucks come through, a little convoy. They're doing a adventure tour. There were 7 of them. But besides that, we have been up here all alone, which is nice. Very nice. Well, this is our last morning out here, really remote in the bush, and it's a cold one, coldest one yet. You can see there's actually ice on this puddle. It's frozen, and yeah, that's how cold it is. Even now, you know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, is my guess, and the temperature's still like 26 degrees, so it's cold. But there's a breeze. There's no frost because there's a breeze. But the breeze has changed directions. It's been westerly all the last couple of days, but it's actually easterly now. So it's coming over here from the east towards the rising sun, Whereas up until this point, it's been coming from the west over here. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it has changed. And yeah, so we're out walking in it though. It's a nice morning. It's a little bit chilly. I don't have another jacket on because we're going to be walking a little bit downhill, which means I'm walking back uphill. And I always get really warm walking back up the hill, so I don't want to have to carry another jacket. So I'll just stay in this and be a little cool now, a little warmer later. That's the way it is. You got to trade off. It's all about compromise. That's life. So that's what I'm doing this morning. All right, so you'll notice things are a little backward than usual. So Kelly's driving, and the reason she's driving is that I'm flying the drone. So all this drone footage you're about to see, this is all Kelly driving, okay? So I'm going to put that on Kelly so you can see her. But we are going to be driving down off this mountain, and yeah, it should be, I guess, a fairly easy sort of drive down, and Kelly's going to be doing all this rough stuff up here, and then I'll take over in a little bit, but initially it's going to be all Kelly. You enjoyed the all that drone footage, because that was all Kelly driving. All Kelly. So she did all that driving through all those puddles, and it's really hard to see on the actual camera, but there was some really off-camera stuff as well she was doing, so she did well. It's all her. Now we're gonna get down this mountain and get ourselves to Y to do some exercise and have a shower, because we've been up here for days.
Driving for a little bit.
Yeah, she wants to keep driving. I've created a monster. All right, give us your
my muscles
impressions of driving.
I feel like I just, oh, my shoulders. So, in the mountains, in the forest, it wasn't bad because the truck was really doing a good job driving itself, and you know, you just go slow, and there's no edges that you're gonna fall off of. So I drove a little longer on these windy roads, Josh, and I was going pretty slow, and at one point, like, my depth perception is like, I'm trying to get used to that, like where the right tire is. And right where we are now, there's a lot of divots and things, and I came really close to going into one, and then one, I kind of, the back tire caught, and then I had to, like, you know, overcompensate for that. But yeah, like, these roads are so windy, so that was like more stressful than the initial driving. And then I'm going so slow, and we're just like you need to take over, because the Y is going to close before we get there. So yeah, I definitely need more practice and to build more confidence, especially on these roads. But yeah, but it was a good first start. What do you think? I don't have a lot of confidence, I don't think.
But it's, it's one step at a time, and you're well for your first real time driving it like that, and you get more experience and confidence as time goes.
I feel like he's driving so fast right now, because I was just driving. I was probably driving half the speed limit.
The speed limit was 55.
I was going like 30.
Kelly was doing 30 on the straights. The turn, she was doing 10 to 15. And thankfully there's nobody behind us.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
In that sense,
we were holding up the snails.
when you're like passing somebody on the road too, because these roads are so narrow. Now there was like a little bridge you just went over, and I don't know. You should show them some of the road. Like it's just different in a big truck for me. That's all.
We survived, and now we're heading to the gym. And we should get there with about an hour before they close. So it's going to be a speed workout and a speed shower. So we'll, try and get there as fast as we can, and be safe, obviously. Well, good morning. What a change we've got this morning. Here we are at Walmart in a parking lot with no view except for other campers and things around, so it's just eating a breakfast. But it is quite a change from yesterday. Kelly's in here getting ready to get to work. There she is. So it's quite a change from yesterday with the view, isn't it?
I know. You still see little mountains, but all this pavement.
Yeah. And people around and everything. What a change. So, but we're here at least for the morning, and then we'll maybe change our view. Well, good morning. We are in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We're outside of Y, and they've got these ball fields nearby. It's a bit misty this morning. The sun's not quite up yet, but you can see the Y is way over there. But yeah, it's still quite misty out. We've been walking around here and down through the park and all that, and Soph, as you can see, is up here. She's enjoying herself as usual. But we are actually going to be traveling after Kelly works tonight and probably make it back to Delaware. We're only going to be there for like 6 days or something like that, because Kelly's got this meeting that she has to do face to face, and so we have to be back there for that. So we are in the midst of traveling back, and just making time and distance each day while Kelly relaxes after work, if you can call it relaxing in the truck. But so we are traveling, but unfortunately traveling the direction we don't want to travel, but we need to travel. But we'll do it, and we'll get back out.
I'm not really in this.
Let's see what I have to put up with. We are heading our last leg back to Delaware at the moment. Kelly's just finished work. It's a Friday afternoon. We're not happy about it, but we have to do it. So, I mean, it's nice to see, family and friends and all that, but we really don't want to be going back to Delaware. But we are. It's kind of the opposite direction, but we're doing it. So, we are heading back there. We have about 4 hours or so of a drive through Washington, D.C., among other places. It's not something to look forward to at all. But what we thought we would do is just take a moment and I guess address something that is a question or a topic that we get asked a lot, and that is, how do we? And this, we got asked this in the van too, but much more the case now in the truck. We get asked, how do we live in such a small space and not kill each other? You know, everybody's like, oh, if I had to spend that amount of time with my wife, I'd be in jail, or those kinds of comments. And it's a fair question, because it does take some effort to do it, and to do it well. There are a lot of benefits you get from it, but it does take some effort. And I'm going to let Kelly explain to you some of that effort, just because I'm driving.
So, well, first and foremost, we love each other, so there's that. Secondly, Josh is extremely kind and patient person, so I think he has to put up with a lot more than I do. And thirdly is our humor. I think we really use a lot of humor to get us through a lot of things, and just try to keep things as late as possible, even because I can get pretty stressed about things, so but we kind of make ourselves we do laugh a lot, so that is definitely helpful, but yeah, this truck has a whole new level of intimacy. And then because we've been in I don't think many people have their husbands digging them a hole and filling it for them, and there's nowhere to go on the bed when the bed's made, when you're using the the urinal type thing, and so it's you can't escape bodily functions ever. So
what Kelly's trying to say is that when she's using the pee bottle at night or in the morning, her butt is like that far from my face. So if farts come out when they do,
yeah,
it's very intimate.
It's not for the faint of heart. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people say the same thing to me, they could never do it, they need their space, and it's just you outweigh everything, right? The pros and the cons,
Absolutely, you have to. But at the same time, we are working together to achieve goals in life, and that takes sacrifice. It doesn't matter if you're in a truck camper like we are, or whether you're in a house that's 5,000, 10,000 square feet. It makes no difference.
Yeah.
If you are, as a married couple, trying to achieve something in life with your life, it takes sacrifice and it takes hard work. Ours just looks a little different from most people's because we're in such a small space. That's the only difference. Otherwise, you still have to do things. You still have to compromise. You still have to use humor and show each other that you love each other. You still have to make decisions about what you're doing, what you're spending your money on, or where you're going. All those things. Some of those things are alleviated because we're in the truck, and some of them are accentuated because we're in a truck.
We talk a lot about things. I mean, we're on the move every day, so we always, talk about where we're going, what we're doing, what's the best for this, or and Josh is always, looking out for my best interests, and we kind of, there's some things that just happen organically, I'm sure, in most married couples, or even if you're a house, you have certain things that you just kind of lean towards, right? I tend to make more of the food, but he's taking away the bed I'm making and dismantling from me, and then
skill sets.
Yeah, some other things.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. So, but so that part of it is nice because we do kind of mesh and know our strengths and weaknesses, and we both do what we can and help each other out, and it works out. See, we're happy.
Exactly what Kelly was saying. She does a lot of the cook stuff, or even sometimes food prep, especially things like dishes. It's not something I enjoy or I really want to do. I can certainly do it, and I feel like if I'm going to do it, I'll try and do it well. But Kelly that more gravitates towards that, even with her personality, what she likes to do. Whereas I don't mind making the bed. Sometimes not to say heavy lifting, but the awkward lifting and things that are involved and all that. I would rather be doing that anyways for her, so that she doesn't do that and hurt her back. So those kinds of things are kind of no-brainers for me. I'm quite happy to do them, and I look after the truck, fix anything that's wrong, all that kind of thing. That's my skill set. That's my area, and I'm actually constantly telling Kelly. She's always worried. If you weren't here, I wouldn't know how to do the bed, or I wouldn't know how to fix this. I'm like, you don't have to. That's the whole point. We are different skill sets. There's certainly redundancy in what we do, but you don't have to know everything, because you're never going to know everything. And honestly, if we weren't doing this together, if something happened to me, she probably wouldn't be doing it at all. So you don't need to know the things that you can't do that I do, because you're never going to be doing them without me. And hoping that it alleviates some of her stress and makes it easier for her. Sometimes I don't think so, but I hope so.
It takes a lot to bring that down.
But that's partnership in marriage. That's dividing and conquering. It's each of you using your skills and your abilities to make each other's lives and your life together smoother and easier. If you're not doing that, you're taking the rough road, almost on purpose, whether you intentionally or unintentionally don't do those things. You're making things rough for yourself unnecessarily. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But,
There's that.
we get asked that all the time.
Yeah.
Almost everybody that we meet or see comes across us, and we're constantly giving little kind of mini tours of the truck and that kind of stuff. I was talking to another guy today, but we constantly get that question, and we thought we'd give a formal answer. Not that everybody who asked us that question is going to be watching this and see it, but it may have been on some of your minds as well. So, hopefully that answers it. If you have questions like that, or if we didn't answer this to your satisfaction in some way, make a comment, ask us another question, ask us more details. It's fine, no problem. We're happy to do it. So, but with that said, we're going to continue this drive, and we're not going to bore you with the suburbs of DC as we make this drive home. So we're going to sign this video off here. I'm going to say, as always, thank you for watching.
Thank you.